We're here with family member Keely Shea Smith. Hi,
Hi,
Keely.
Keely. Morning.
This is kind of a new you.
A new me.
She looks so elegant.
Oh,
and there's nothing green on her.
Elegant.
There's
no
a plant anywhere. But we are going to talk about the environment. And so many are getting more and more concerned about the environment. They don't know where to begin.
No, it's
How do you
true.
get involved?
I consider myself a very environmentally conscious person, and yet I felt that there were things that I could be doing to be more actively involved. So the first step for me was attending a seminar with my best girlfriend, Linnea, that encouraged people to think globally, but act locally. I know most of us are aware of some of the problems and issues that face our environment, but how many of us have really changed our behavior? Now, the problem is not that we're not interested. It's just how to cross that line from passive and interested to active and committed. That's why over 300 people from Orange County, California got together for a seminar about the environment. My biggest fear is that when my children, I have a child 5 years old and a child 7 years old, that when they grow to be my age, that there won't be much of a planet to live on.
I have a 3-year-old daughter and a 4-month-old son, and I want them to grow up in a very healthy environment.
This 3-hour seminar begins with a lot of detailed information.
In the United States, we tend to blame the out-of-control third world countries for our population problem. One child born in the United States will do 75 times the damage to the environment as a child born in Africa.
In addition to all the environmental facts, there were also group discussions, and representatives from local ecology groups were there to introduce themselves and answer our questions.
This is an organization you can join for free. My name is Rick Ojeda.
At the end of the day, we all made personal commitments to help the environment.
I want to utilize the environment to develop a deeper caring and understanding within children by planting trees, going to a local park and planting trees.
As a personal goal, I'm going to take a stand for my diet and eliminate red meat. I also want to be a role model for my family and organize an opportunity for families to go out into the wilderness and either do a learning process in the wilderness or a cleanup project in the wilderness.
Well, what I'm going to do is set up my apartment complex so that we have recyclable bins for each thing, so there'll be a recycling of paper and aluminum and glass. Joining us now are our 3 resolution makers. Please welcome Linnea Byland, Jason Engel, and Dorothy Dunn. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Now, Leah, your resolution had to do with planting some trees. Were you successful?
Yes, I was, Gary. I organized a tree planting session at my daughter Anastasia's school. Everyone involved in the project was extremely supportive. The teachers and parents gave their approval for the children to participate. The school allowed us to plant on their property, and the local nursery even donated the tree that we planted. It was a very rewarding experience to work with the children in nature in this way.
Well, let's take a look and see how it turned out.
Hi, my name is Linnea, and I'm here to talk to you about the environment. I called Mission Montessori School, where my daughter attends school, and arranged a tree planting session and a little time of lecture and teaching children about trees. So are we ready to go out and plant some trees? Yeah! The experience was wonderful because the wonderment that children expressed as they were giving and they were planting was beautiful, because as they're planting seeds in the earth, it's planting seeds in their hearts and their minds, so they're going to have an awareness to the beauty that exists on our earth. Good job, girls.
It's so neat, and obviously encourages and enthuses the kids about trees and the environment. Now, Dorothy, we go down to you. You started a program in your apartment building. And the program had to do with recycling?
That's correct.
Explain a little bit about that.
Well, what we did was we set up a way for the apartment complex to do a shoestring operation, we called it, because one of the things that happened when I began calling around to different complexes to see if they would recycle or separate their trash, that they had 2 major questions that stopped them from doing it. One was the initial startup costs, and the second one was the fact that they didn't know how to get rid of all of this trash then in the separated way. So what we did with this was we did it out of petty cash. We actually expended $80 on this project. And then we found a college student who was willing to take away the trash and actually augment his income.
All right, well, let's
So
take
it
a look.
worked all the way around.
Let's take a look and see how it worked in Dorothy's case in her apartment building.
All we actually did was we put out an announcement in the newsletter that the complex has so that all the residents would be aware that they could actually have a place to bring and dispose of their different types of trash, such as paper, plastic, newspapers, and bottles and cans. And then what we had to do was find a way to dispose of it. So we found a college student who was actually having a bit of problems making all ends meet, and he was very excited about the prospect of disposing of these recyclable goods.
Dorothy.
Yes.
All right, so the way as I understand it, the college student, you don't pay him. He earned about $100 a week from the recycling center.
That's correct. And picking up this amount of trash, he augments his income by that. No, we do not pay them.
What an easy but great way to get a little supplemental.
Just occurred to me, why couldn't you just do that in an apartment building and kind of, I'm sure out of, how many units do you have in yours?
There's 78 units.
Somebody in there would be willing to take this stuff down. Anyway, you could build up a fund for landscaping or just have a nice get-together once a month with the money you make off the recycling.
It's really a wonderful idea. And, you know, I think sometimes we think it has to be difficult. We can really do things one thing at a time and simple and contribute in that way.
For about $1 a unit.
Yeah.
80 bucks starter cost.
Well, how's the red meat deal going, Jason? Huh?
It's actually gone really well.
How do you feel?
I feel a lot better about my diet myself.
Oddly enough, that in itself is a big boost to the environment, isn't it?
I was surprised to read some of the facts about the production of meat. And, you know, you don't have to actually eliminate it, but each person, by reducing their consumption, can make a difference.
All right, now you made a commitment. This all happened, you know, a little while back, so you've had a while to work on it. You made a commitment also to work on the wilderness, and you began with the beaches. Why don't we take a look at that?
Just as a follow-up to what we did over the summer was to come down today with my wife, Carrie, my daughter, Kasia, and my son, Corey, and we just walked along the beach and continued to clean up just where we saw and the need for things to be cleaned up, and played in the sand and just enjoyed the sunset. I personally enjoy the beach and the coastal environment, and it's what I like to share with my children the most. I want to teach them how to nurture and enjoy the surroundings.
I might also point out that this went beyond just your family. You had a bunch of people down there that you would get involved.
You know, it's something that you can do with your family and have a great time, but we actually organized a lot of people and made it a family event where we had 40 to 50 people come down, and we cleaned up the beach. And as we were cleaning it up, people that were on the beach jumped in and helped out as well. And then we had a barbecue in the evening. It was a great event.
Okay. Keely, your commitments?
Well, one second. I just want to say one thing. The education process and the information in these seminars really inspires action, and the same basic concepts and ideas that are translated through them can be applied to people's homes, their offices, their schools, and their communities. It's very important, and I thought that would be significant to say. My commitment started at home by detoxing my house. I'm going to come back on home and share that with you. And for any of our viewers, you can pick up a copy of Our Earth, Ourselves, and this will help you spur into action.
All right, now the other thing that everybody's been asking is, where do you find out about these locations?
The recycling center.
For the recycling centers.
I would begin with a community college. I think they not only have classes for nominal fee, but also they have recycling centers available.
All right, terrific.
Community
Thank
college?
you.
Yes. All right.
And thank you all. Congratulations on your resolution.
Good job.
Wonderful environmentalists here. Next, Jackie Olden has some tips for repackaging and storing bulk food.